Hi everyone, the most awaited video for me personally. I am going to share my experience of Bhavaspandana at Isha Yoga Center, Coimbatore. So it has been a longing of more than 3 years that I wanted to visit Isha Yoga Center. And the time when I took inner engineering online, it was during when Diwali inner engineering online was being offered as a free Diwali gift. So inner engineering online, the first 7 days that happen online, you have to complete the online courses. I completed that, and then I was waiting for the opportunity to uh, do my initiation in engineering, where we are taught Shambhavi Mahamudra. So coincidentally, in my college, I got to work with some of the Isha volunteers, and I was so impressed with the management that with the administration and with the whole system that all the Isha volunteers follow. I was super amazed with it. But due to some reasons of clashing dates and my schedule, I could not assign for initiation offline. And after that, COVID pandemic struck. And when the pandemic struck, for the first time, the initiation was being offered online. So that is the time when I learned Shambhavi Mahamudra. And Bhavaspandana was not in the plan. I just knew that this is an advanced program, this is an intense program. I had heard very good experiences of people. The content is something that we are not allowed to share. So content of Bhavaspandana is not available anywhere. So it's a big surprise for every single person, and I think that's how it should be done, by seeing the format of the program. It's an amazing program. So I just saw that there were some Bhavaspandana dates coming on the website, and I assigned for one. After few days, I realized that I had booked the program in Tamil. Now I do not understand a single word of Tamil, and I don't know what I was going to do after booking the program on, I think it was in the last week of March. So I wrote an email to actually cancel the registration and all of that, or you know change it to English program, something like that. But English program was not announced, and after I wrote the email, after 2 or 3 days, the program in English was announced. I did all the procedures that were required, and I was all set to go to Isha Yoga Center. This was also the time that I flew for the first time. I flew by myself. I have never traveled alone anytime, but this time I was having the opportunity to travel alone, and all thanks to my mom. She has empowered me so much, and she's when she gave me the permission, I didn't think she would give me the permission to go for Bhavspandana, but when she gave me the permission, I really felt like, wow, I have the best mom in the world. So that's how it happened. And so I took a flight from Pune to Bangalore, and then Bangalore to Coimbatore. And when I reached Coimbatore, the city itself, I really loved the vibe of the city. The airport is a silent airport, and they say that we do not make any announcements. So there were so many unique things that I loved about Coimbatore. And then we took a taxi from airport to Isha Yoga Center. So if you're going, it's the best option that if you could take a taxi. And there's a story to that as well, that I was sitting at the Bangalore airport. I was waiting for my flight, and I was checking for taxis and buses, and one of the akkas, she said that you're going to yoga center, and she said, I've already booked a taxi, so we can go together. So all my doubts that how am I going to go from this place to that place, and I have been a person who have never done it by myself. So when I went to Himachal trip as well, all the things were done by the tourist guides, the planners, and the event managers actually. And all these things is something that my dad does at home. So I have never really taken care of myself when I am going out, but here the responsibility was completely on myself. But however, I was meeting people who were helping me, supporting me at it. So we reached yoga center, and we do not have our phones with us. There is no scope of being connected to what you have left behind. So that was one of the best things that happened. I think my phone not being with me for 5 days was so relieving, and I didn't even miss my phone. That is the best thing about it. So the program is designed so well. It is so intense. It is so intense, physically, mentally, emotionally, that it revives you as a person. I think I am not the same person anymore that went to Isha Yoga Center. I have transformed a lot from within. From outside it feels like yes, she is exactly the same girl and there's no change inside her. Utna hi baat karti hai, वैसे ही बात करती है, she talks a lot, all of that, but the intensity that I'm experiencing of life, I mean, what I thought life was and what I'm experiencing now about life is something that has changed. And the second is that my self importance. Like I think I give too much importance to myself, how I was feeling, and this my I was a little too big for me, and it has become very very small. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not going to take care of myself and all of that, but um, that identity is not so rigid for me now. I feel like I have a lot of control over it. I can change it when I want it. I am not a slave to that particular identity. I'm not a slave to the compulsions around of me, and that is one of the best things that happened at the yoga center. And I made so many good friends there. You meet all kinds of people there, and the interaction that happens, and you form lovely bonds and lovely connections, and that is also something that I have taken back. uh, we were just there for 5 days, and we were so deeply connected to each other, and we were so deeply connected to those people that we didn't even talk to, but there was such a lot of depth and there was such a lot of lovingness in the connections that we were building there. And I think it's a different kind of grace. And the volunteers that were taking care of us were we were feeling like there's somebody to take care of us so well, and it feels divine. It really feels divine. Now I have been a person who is very very rational, okay, so I am quite emotional as well, but I am quite rational as well. So I don't buy into things very easily, or I don't believe or agree with something very easily. But there what happened was that this overthinking and skeptical mind of mine was at very much peace. Like I was feeling, wow, thank god, if I was to keep my mind aside forever, I would have kept it. But now I am at much more peace with my mind, so I am feeling very good after coming. And the thing is that the place I loved the most at the yoga center was inside Devi's temple, inside Bhairavi Devi's temple. So, what I was, impressed the most when we see Mahashivratri happening, and is the big Adiyogi statue, and I wanted to see Adiyogi, always wanted to see Adiyogi, and I thought that I'll be most fascinated while visiting Adiyogi. So what happened is, on the first day, we did not have we gave away all the luggages and everything, and on like the program did not start. The program was scheduled on the next day, so we had some time. So we visited. We took a dip in the Chandrakund, and we visited Devi Temple. We visited Dhyanlinga, and I Dhyanlinga is a place where you don't have to go and meditate. It just happens naturally to you, and that is magical. And the place itself will calm you down so much that you will not find it difficult to stay there. You will find very peaceful. And when I went to Devi Temple, I was not willing to get up from there, because the energy is so powerful, and you can really feel that it is not just a Devi's form, it is a real being there. And this has not happened to me so far. As I said, I've been a very skeptical person. I've been a very person who's very rational, and I never thought that some form can have a presence. I worship all the gods. I'm not against worshipping idols, but we have a very grand Ganpati celebration, and when Ganpati Bappa is also, we do the Visarjan. It feels like something from the home has gone. But such powerful presence of a being there, this is what I experienced for the first time, and that's why I started doing, when I came back, I was automatically worshipping Devi a lot when I was coming back. And I still miss yoga centers so much. I was just there for 5 days, but that place really transforms you, and I have felt the power of consecrated spaces now. So there's a lot that I think can be transformed inside a human being, and there is a lot that a human can do. And I realize that the potential is so vast, and this creation and this life is amazing and it's phenomenal, and that's what I experienced at Bhavaspandana. We did everything. We laughed, we cried, we all